hitting the button. I think we're live.
Are we live, though?
I think we're live. We're very live. Hey, we got to give a shout out to everybody checking us out, guys. We're the Xbox Podcast every single Tuesday at right now o'clock. Shout out to Web Dave, new channel member, and shout out to every single one of you that are joining us live. You are absolutely phenomenal. I got to make sure we can hear the panel once more. Just safety check here. Okay, we can hear the panel. Also, guys, hey, let us know your thoughts, man, because we got all kinds of great topics today. A ton of AAA topics. Really, a lot of cool stuff. Today's footage, Forza Motorsport 7. Not Xbox Series X enhanced, but you would be fooled to think so. I mean, it looks way better in person. 4K, everything still to this day looks phenomenal. I think it's the best sim-ish racer out right now when it comes to handling and tire modeling, but enjoy the footage, whatever. We got some introductions. D-Batch is a little late. We got Forte here filling in for Fonz, who will be back in about a month. If you don't know his situation, go follow him on Twitter. Shout out to Fonz. We will see him soon. Fuck. Hey, Zucker, buddy, how you been? Another week, another RDX.
I'm doing good, man. Doing good. Just unsubscribing from anything that doesn't have AAA stuff on it because I'm tired of this bullshit. And I want AAA. Oh, but it needs to be exclusive, though. No other AAA games. It needs to be exclusive.
It better be.
So I'm done with it. I'm over it.
I'm
so
pissed.
Now that you don't have Fonz in here, that AA filler like Fonz is, I'm okay.
What the fuck?
I'm just joking.
Stupid. Hey, we've also got xCloud Tim Dog, brother. How you been? Another week, another RDX.
Yeah, here we go. We got a lot to talk about, a lot of bullshit to swift through, and I'm here to do that. Get ready.
A lot of bullshit to swim through. Real good. Forte, another week, another RDX. Thanks for filling in for old Fonzarelli, buddy. I'm one of many guests that I plan on having over the next month, and it's an honor to have you on, sir.
Nah, man, it's an honor to be here with you guys, but it's also an honor. Well, maybe it's not an honor to know that just because, I'm an African American that I'm poor.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Do you really got to start it that way? We're going to make fun of that girl later in the show.
No, we can. Okay, well,
but we don't have to. We don't have to take it there like first thing. No one.
Listen, I woke up this morning. It was in a bad mood, so let's get into it.
Yeah, people that follow me on Twitter know I replied to her. I'm like, hey, curious, are you stupid? Hey, there's some crazy people on Twitter trying to make Game Pass about race now. It just blows my mind. But gaming is, to quote old Phil Spencer, for everyone. And it really is for everyone. And Game Pass, I think, if anything, makes it easier for everybody, no matter who you are. That's the beauty of it. It does not discriminate. Games everywhere. Everyone. Have fun, right? That's what it's all about. So thanks for joining us, Forte. Do appreciate you, brother. We're going to get into some shout-outs for people in the shout-out tier on Patreon. And then stay tuned tonight in the Discord, guys. I'll be posting something there tonight after the show about the AAA games giveaway. It's kind of a, we'll be collaborating on what you guys want. If you want Game Pass, what do you want for becoming a Patreon member and all that good stuff. So all that links down below. Is that D-Batch?
Somebody just barked?
What the fuck was that?
Where's my intro?
Well, I didn't know you were back,
we didn't know you were even in
Shit.
Wait, hold on. Lay people don't get an intro.
Be here on time, D-Batch. Shit. All right, D-Batch, how you been, buddy? Another week, another RDX.
I'm good. I'm late, so let's just get it going.
Oh, shit. Hey, give D-Batch a thumbs up, chat. We miss D-Batch. But yeah, I want to give a shout out to the Patreon shout out here. We got Nerdy Meathead, shout out to you, buddy. Boba Fett Gaming, Dub Mobile, Ruben Almighty, Dave Incubus, Ricky Palans, Fontlines, Not Silent, Bad Boy Live, Achievement, Nanopolon, Mazorin, Costanza, KY Bob, Goose 8402, Strike Khalifa, Assassin Lupa, Foreign Object, Gab Queese, Teo, John Blue, Vec Boss, Real Deal Neil, Suicide King, Tasha Genie, Michael Bowen, Guillermo Cabillo, All Might, Dark CMF, and Alfonso Hogan. Shout out to you guys. You guys are amazing. By the way, did you guys know that I'm canceling my Game Pass? because hey, here's the thing that's going on. I don't know if you guys are paying attention, chat, but on Twitter, there are journalists, if you want to call them that, motherfuckers that write on the website, right? And some of these guys are talking about how they're canceling their Game Pass when it is more than clear that, for one, they never played games anyway. Didn't matter if Game Pass is there. Even with Game Pass, they still weren't playing games according to their gamer card. But secondly, now they're tweeting out that they're canceling Game Pass because of the Starfield delay. If you watch my last video, you already know kind of my take on some of this stuff. But a lot of people are saying I'm canceling my Game Pass because of the Starfield Redfall delay. And what kind of sparked all this stuff? All the stuff that's been happening here lately, Zucker.
I'll jump on this. Like, basically, everybody after Starfield, Redfall, a few journalists, like I think like 3, 4, maybe 5, were like, I'm unsubscribing from Game Pass because it's not giving me what it said, like its most prominent thing, which is first party exclusives or AAA exclusive games. And I'm just kind of sitting there looking at this, and one of the people that wrote this said in 4 years or something like that, the only game that he's played is Forza Horizon. So I'm sitting there like
a him
in
problem.
I was like, in 4 years, that's like the only game you played in there? Like, were you not there during last year? Did you not play any other games, or they just don't? I don't know. All this stuff. And don't get me wrong, like, all these people that are doing this, they have every right to express how they feel. They have every right to say whatever they want, and they have every right to unsubscribe if they're not getting games. My only problem is, what the fuck were you doing 4 months ago? What were you doing 3 months ago? Because this entire year, Xbox hasn't had AAA games that are exclusive AAA games come to the Game Pass platform. So
well,
just
let me
because
ask you
these
this,
things happen, I'm just saying, man, like, it's weird.
Let me ask you this. What AAA, and let's just be 100, right? What AAA games have even come out in the last several months?
Elden Ring, that's, Elden Ring, Horizon.
The biggest game of the last several years.
Yeah,
Horizon,
Horizon.
PlayStation exclusive, what else?
Tiny Tina's?
Dying Light was one.
Dying Light? Oh, don't even. That's not even
so there was a few games that they could have possibly snagged, but other than that, they've gotten some other games like Sniper Elite, like it or not, B5 this month. I think that hits on the 27th, right? A few days. Mm-hmm. But I'm just saying, you're right. Looking out. That's why people are kind of jumping on these guys, right? Because it looks like an attention grab in a way. I get being frustrated. Understandably, because of the Starfield thing, but you're literally being upset because they're doing the right thing, which is delaying a game and trying to give you a more complete product. After we all sit here and bitch about Battlefield, then everyone's going on these Game Pass things, like it or not. I don't think they give a fuck because it's not really going to be enough for you to really make a big difference. Like, they're purging and gaining 50K, 100K every other week probably with a service this big. And you doing this doesn't really make much of a statement because it doesn't really have a great cause behind it. You are literally kind of lashing out because Starfield and Redfall are being delayed, and you're acting like you didn't know that there wasn't going to be anything in between here and there. Like, even though you're doing it right before E3, which is another big mistake, right? Because I
think it's more than that. I think the one thing I looked at this and I made a video about it today because I was just so irritated with everything is that like there's articles being written about like the fatigue of Game Pass, this and that, and the burnout or some stupid shit. And then you sit there and you're like, man, and then Xbox's Game Pass account said something to Kotaku and put out there like, tell me you don't play games, blah, 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 whatever they tweeted. But if you look at that tweet, it got ratioed from 4,000 likes to I think it's almost at 60,000 likes. Jeez. And I want people to focus on that, right? That's 60,000 likes. Do you know why? Because that's the regular gamer. That's the gamer that's like, you know what? Yeah, I'm not unsubscribing. Like, this makes sense, right? Like, this is dumb. Like, all this stuff of like, just because 2 or 3 people that write on social media have a little bit of a following say something does not mean they speak for every fucking gamer out there. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and I think what Xbox said though was a little weird. Tell me because for one, there's AAA games in the service. So when they say tell me you only play AAA games without telling me,
bitch.
I'm just saying like maybe. I don't know. For one, they have AAA games, but secondly, maybe they could have had a better response than that too, though. But I just think what's weird though, what I want to turn the attention on is the fact that guys are acting appalled, cringy fucks. They're acting appalled that Xbox actually clapped back, right? They fired back at Kotaku, I believe it was, right?
Yeah, it was Kotaku. Yeah.
And they said, tell me you only play AAA games without telling me you only play AAA games. And guys are retweeting this and saying, oh my God, this isn't a good look. Oh God. Oh. Like that's weird to me.
I got to say real quick. First of all, these guys definitely don't have Game Pass because I don't know anybody that has Game Pass that's even remotely thinking about canceling the service. There's so many titles to play in there that you're not going to run out of games to play anytime soon. That's just the honest truth about it. And then people act stupid, like Microsoft can't go out and barter a third-party deal to get a game in there to replace the games that are going to be missing this holiday season. For one, I really do believe there's a strong possibility that we're going to see Call of Duty in there. Today they revealed, some of the Call of Duty artwork and some of the environments look really sick. We know that the deal's going down with Activision. I wouldn't be surprised if I see that title in Game Pass day and date this year.
Yeah.
So people should stop acting all stupid. I think Microsoft announcing that these games are going to be delayed is setting them up for a triumphant E3. I think at E3 we're going to get a few, whether they're big titles or little titles, it doesn't matter. We're going to get some titles at E3 that will be added to Game Pass later this year. I highly expect Forza is going to be one of those games to be added to Game
Not
Pass.
even that. D, in 3 days or 2 days, we're getting Sniper Elite 5.
Yeah,
like
come
literally,
on.
you're getting that game
cut
right
it.
now. Like, and listen, I'm not making any excuses. We have talked about this for multiple weeks. I have said this on multiple videos, including this podcast. Yeah, Xbox needs to get their shit together. They need to bring out games. That is the number one thing that pushed Game Pass to what it is your first-party games going in there day and date. There's no excuse for not having anything in there basically this entire year from what we know so far.
Mhm.
Like, I get that. There's the drought is stupid. That is dumb. Don't like it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I played Rainbow Six Extraction. I know Trek to Yomi, which one of those people made fun of. Yeah, one, you just bash those developers that worked on it. So that's fucking annoying as a person that's a journalist. And then two, it's like the game, like I beat it in one sitting. Yeah, it's not the greatest thing in the world. Did I enjoy it? Yeah, but Game Pass let
Let's
me
not
play
bring
that.
up
Like,
Trek to Yomi, okay?
like I'm just saying, bro. Like don't be attacking games that are in there that people can enjoy. And you're like, well, that's $20 right there that you just saved, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
I
the game
mean,
is
say
$20.
what it was save, or see what I never bought in the first place. So how'd you save it? But yeah, I get what you're saying. Like if you're in there and you see a cool game, you might end up finding something you like, right? That's the magic of Game Pass. I just think it's weird that they're called they're a few months into the year, right? 4 or 5 months, and we're right. This happens every fucking year, where we're right next to E3, and everyone's like, "Whoa, what's happening?" Like everyone's like fucking dizzy as shit, like about to fall over, and then they all forget E3 is right there, and they're like, "Hey, I guarantee you they're gonna have like for everyone pushing that Xbox is tied up in this Activision deal, and they don't have any money to do anything else, including any other second-party deals or Game Pass deals." Wait until the showcase. You're gonna hear about all kinds of shit that they're doing. They're doing a lot of stuff with global publishing. And they're also going to have a ton of stuff for Game Pass as well. So articles like this hit it at a perfect time because you screenshot the bitch and kind of turn it around and send the shit back a few months later when it's pretty obvious that just pay attention a little longer. But I don't know. I want Forte's take. I don't want to sit on this topic too long. But Forte, I know you've been on Twitter. You've been seeing a lot of people talk about cancel Game Pass. Does it seem legitimate to you, or is it just a kind of fake outrage, fake panic?
No, man, it's all fake panic, all fake outrage. The biggest thing is all this is for clicks, notoriety, and everything in between. People right now know that it's a down period. Xbox basically just canceled their 2 biggest games of the year, and they not canceled. They pushed them back to next year, and that's fine. We want games to come out great, so you can't be mad at a company for pushing games back to make sure that they're better for people to enjoy later. And that is a Microsoft problem when it comes to the fact that we don't have any games as to speak of right now that we know are going to be there day and date this year. And that's on Microsoft. But to act like you're so pissed off that all of these games are not going to be there. What were you playing earlier this year? What were you playing last year?
What were you going to play?
I mean, everybody knew Halo
right?
was going to be half of a game when it first came out. Outside of that, we had Forza Horizon, so it wasn't like Microsoft been just blowing it up when it comes to first party offerings over the course of the last 2 years. I just find it really disingenuous that people are out here flaunting their check marks online to basically push a narrative forward that don't need to be pushed forward. And that's the most that's like the thing to me that I just hate the most. I just hate dishonesty. They talk about us as influencers, which, influencers is a very loose term because that's not what we are. But in general, they talk about us, but all we do is just tell people exactly what we see and what we hear and how we feel about the situation. We don't move like the wind blows and stuff when it comes to that type of stuff. And
that's a good point.
The most disappointing part of this whole thing.
That's a good point because a lot of these journalists, they literally are paid they're told what to write about, right? And whether or not they give a fuck about it, sometimes they don't even write the shit. They steal it, get caught plagiarizing, or stealing reviews, all kinds of shit. They can't even be bothered to fucking play and finish a game. And it's kind of weird when you work for a big company or corporation or something like that, but they do come at people that kind of build up their own thing and talk about what they like talking about, are not really beholden to a master in terms of who they're being hired by, right? I mean, it's something that you're right. Like these these verify, whatever the fuck you call them. It just kind of made me think about that a little bit.
I also
Yeah,
don't
but
like
you-
I don't like
Go ahead.
the mask of hiding behind any sort of criticism as harassment. I'm sorry, if you're gonna post something on social media, welcome to the freaking world. Somebody is gonna criticize you. It's not harassment. I get it if people are attacking you personally, all that's not wanted. But if somebody's just like, hey dude, don't understand why you're doing that, or just talking to you about it, be like, what did you play? Asking you a simple question, why would you get mad about it? Why would you backfire say I'm being harassed? You're not. You're just being certain questions are being asked. That's it. That's all it is. Like, get over yourself. Understand that you put something on social media for people to consume, and then also respond, because that's going to happen.
Why you gotta
Deal
put
with
your
the
knee on them like
consequences.
that for?
Bro, I'm just like, dude, it's just so dumb. Like, honestly, did we go from, back in last June till what? February, 8 months or whatever the hell it was? Did we go like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm throwing my PlayStation out the window? No, we didn't freaking say that.
It
We
was like
literally
a
were
good
like,
7
all right.
months without games, just like with Xbox at least. And, it seems to only go one way. As a matter of fact, when a PlayStation game gets delayed, you don't hear articles saying, oh my God, fuck PlayStation. You say, it's a good thing Sony don't have any games in 2020 or 2019, whatever the article said back then. It's literally been done. But Zalker, I want you to help me gather some of these real quick, and we'll come back to this stuff. I want to catch up on these. I've got a few of these again. I'll get the top one here.
I got them all.
Oh, you got 'em?
Shout out to
Okay.
Hargeet. He's posting them all to me in
Hargeet!
Discord because he's freaking. Dude, Hargeet's awesome.
Shout out to Hargy.
Yeah.
We got
Hargeet.
Danny. I got all of them. Danny Patchett official. I won't pay rent this month. My apartment isn't AAA. Makes sense, and you're not gonna have a AAA box either, bro. When you're done. Darian Crago says, "Love you guys." Also, have you heard anything about the Callisto Protocol?
Just now.
No, just now. Yeah.
Thanks, Danny.
I think of like
Literally
Pirates of the
just now.
Caribbean. But we got G Stealth. He says, "Real Xbox fanboys don't cancel a Game Pass just for one game, aka Starfield."
Bro, if Bugsnax leaves Game Pass, I'm out.
Dude, if what's Super Lucky's Tale leaves, I'm done, dude. Xbox is dead. RDX, son of a fet. If I buy Red Dead 2, will I get upgrade when it comes? Probably not, because it's Take-Two and they hate
Fucking
everyone.
Take-Two, man.
Yeah. You're gonna be. You're gonna get charged $80. We got Clutchman. We got Clutchman 01. I unsubscribed from Nintendo Power in 1996 for your information. Damn. Nintendo had power. We got Drawn TJ. He says, "Hi guys, hope EA waits to get bought by Microsoft after the deal or merge, since EA Play is in Game Pass. Plus, the creators of Need for Speed can help Forza. No, they would help. No, Forza would help Need for Speed.
Shit, fucking keep
plus
them
they-
motherfuckers with Need for Speed away from Forza, okay?
Plus, they can
Right.
keep the games multiplat. I really hope they do. We should get into that a little later, actually, about that EA stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Yeah, we got RDX, son of the Fed. He says, "I'm unsubscribing Netflix, no AAA movies." that's hardcore. We got Monkey Crow. He says, "All those complaining about Game Pass are the same ones paying $70 for MLB The Show. Ponies will hate June 12th after Xbox hits it out of the park." I mean, fact. You paid
Facts.
$70 for a game, and we got it, and I played it for hours, and I think Colt's still playing it now. We got Reluctant Dodo, who sent 50 and another 50. He did it twice.
Shout
Thanks,
out to Reluctant Dodo. I was talking to him on Xbox today. Shout out to you, brother.
Yeah, and then we got two more. Dark CMF, series post. One of my best friends met via Xbox Live, just lost everything in a house fire about an hour ago. I'll be sharing a GoFundMe link on Twitter soon. If you can help, please do. Thanks.
We
All right, Dark
we
CMF.
don't usually do that, but it's dark, and I trust dark. But understand that when you do that, then that's a floodgate, man. So definitely, if you guys know dark, go help them out. I will definitely be in touch with Dark after the show about that link.
Yeah. So we got Camp Gaming, longtime lurker, first time chatter. I love the show and community. Just started channel. Hope to make moves like you guys someday. Thanks for real talk.
Appreciate you, brother. And then we got
Yeah,
Space
man.
Nova King as well. He says a very dark and sad day here in Texas. I should have really read this before I started laughing at something else, brother. He says happy to hear you guys. That sucks that you had to bring that up, man. Seriously, because I just can't respond to that. It sucks. I heard about that probably an hour and a half ago, and it's
Yeah, I heard about it like 30 minutes ago, dude.
And then we got Face 23, Brooklyn, New York. He says, besides Spider-Man, Xbox also passed up on KOTOR remake. Why you gotta rub it in like that? Face 23, Brooklyn, New York, Yankees.
I wouldn't put that as a fact.
Yeah,
That's
I
just-
know. We're gonna come to that, and I was gonna bring that back up. But thank you guys for doing what you do. Seriously, all the super chats, and also to over 1,000 people already watched us live, guys. We've been live about 15 minutes. We do appreciate you. Hit the like button, tell a buddy or two about the show. We got a ton of topics left, the best ones yet to come, and we got the probably the best chat in the universe. So if you haven't, consider hitting the like button. Let us know your thoughts.
Probably. What a hater.
Well, I mean, I just didn't want to make assumptions. But that Xbox killing Kotaku thing, I mean, yeah, they did go, they did get them bad, man. It was bad. But
they got ratioed so bad. It's like one of the worst ratios I've ever seen, dude.
I think it was needed, and I think that it was well done. And I also listen, these guys that hate Xbox, I've never seen anything like it.
Tim, we're with you. We're with you. I
mean, they really have like an issue. Like these people feast on this stuff, and I don't even think that they really even care about what they like. I just like. The last 3 weeks or whatever this all started, there's still a lot of people that just really want Microsoft to fail, and it's like it takes over them, and and then some of the stuff that bothered me too is it's like I know this one guy. This guy's been banned from Twitter about 3 times. He's made some threats here and there, and he's acting like he's all offended and talking about bullying with the Xbox Game Pass account and Larry Herb.
Oh, you're talking about BG?
no, not BG.
No, BG. I mean, shout out to BG.
No, you can include him, but it wasn't him.
No, BG. I think BG was trolling more than anything because he was like they're being toxic dealers. But when a little piece of him actually believed it though. He's like, stop it, Xbox. The people like you.
No, it wasn't him. It was somebody else, but it was somebody who I just got a kick out of. But the takeaway is that, I really think people do things for attention, including these checkmark guys. Now, I like Gene Park, but his tweet to me came off very disingenuous when somebody else pointed out he's talking about July, how he's so hyped for Tinky Boy, Bomberman, meets all these small games, and he has to go on this rant about AAAs when we all know.
Hey, don't make Xbox message you. You got a problem with small games?
But we all know Xbox is having the big games come.
Yeah,
we know that's all coming. Yeah, they got screwed with they screwed themselves with the Starfield, but this is just taking it to a different level. And honestly, I kind of felt like it was kind of like grimy, just the way people are just like lusting to just put things down.
I actually went after some of those people because they're like, you would never see any executives be this toxic, and I'm like. I literally linked them. I was like, do you not remember? This is how we share games in PS4, or 1080p makes you a better gamer. Do you not remember this shit? Like, do you not like everybody just? I feel like this is the last. Do you know what it feels like? It feels like a desperate last gasp to make Xbox the punching bag again. Like it really does. That's
it
literally
really does. 100%.
It's everybody dogpiling trying to hold him
like
in the
casket. They've been waiting. They've been waiting in the corner with brass knuckles, and they're like, "We're fucking waiting." It's like, "Fuck did you strap? I'm gonna beat the shit out of you." It's like, all right.
And they all sold off to 2022, so they're gonna have a little bit of egg on their face if June 12th comes around and they got some pretty solid announcements for 2022 because they're acting like it's impossible.
Well, I saw somebody release a video the other day that said, Sony delaying stuff, if they did, is a big move because it just makes them have an even greater 2023. So why wouldn't that be applicable for Xbox?
I don't understand the whole do people not remember the Sony had 2 shows in 2020, and they literally put God of War 2021, Horizon 2021, and then when those things got delayed and all there was and GT7, and they sold systems, right? And then everybody was like, well, we'll just wait till 2022. That's no big deal. It's like, really? Yeah. So what's going on? What is with
the thing with toxicity and gaming and Twitter and people just acting like? What happened to people on the internet? Like you can't handle being called a fuckface anymore. Like people are just like, this is so toxic, Xbox. Like they're literally trying to tell on you, like bitches. And I'm just like, why are people like this right now? Like, why is the internet so sensitive all the time? Is anybody in the chat? You know what I'm saying? Like a bunch of bitches everywhere, and it's just old, man.
generation soft, generation everything offends.
I think
people.
it's really just opportunist fucks that really think that they can rip people down by trying to tell on them and get them in trouble, even though it doesn't do shit.
Really
even though companies do seek context, believe it or not. And you know, I don't know, man. I just see people talking about Xbox being toxic with this reply to this Kotaku article, and I'm just like, you guys go down in your feed two scrolls, and you're calling someone an X-slut.
Exactly. It's so true. I mean,
well, that's not an offense.
Crazy.
Like, I like being
no, but it's so true that you have these people all of a sudden they're toxic 24/7, 7 days a week. Xbox puts out a tweet that's not even something that you could say is toxic. It was kind of like it was a joke, and it was saying that, hey, you know, all you care about is AAAs, and you know that's all. They made their point, but to say that they're toxic and that they shouldn't be doing this, screw you. You know, especially look at the mirror and look what you do. This is what you do all day: is hate Xbox. And there are a certain amount of people that do this every single day. They don't care about anything other than hating on Xbox. And I don't know. I mean, we know that you know who they are. They're obviously, we've seen them. You know who they are. It's just crazy how, like, the charade, the stuff that they're going on with, and actually trying to say, like, you know, and say like things are toxic. Like, look at yourself, bro.
And
just I don't know, it's crazy.
Yeah, definitely. In the chat agrees with you, brother. And to X slut, we used to get called back in 2014, 2015. Believe it or not, Chad, I don't know how many of you were around. We used to get called X slut, X other things that are far worse, that you know, dumb shit, all kinds of stuff. You know, and it's just a throwback to that kind of stuff because people are just still like living in the dumpster. That's the point.
I just call dealer a bitch now, and it kind of works.
See, why not? Just keep it short and sweet. Fuck, let's go play Super Lucky Steel.
Yeah, let's do it together. And we got lost in the level like a bunch of losers at a game that's for kids. We were like, where do we go?
Hey, I gotta give a shout out to 1100 plus already watching this live, guys. Thank you so much for checking us out. Hit the like button. Listening to some X-sluts talk about some video games. Hey, I wanted to shift gears here with Xbox. Wait, no, hang on. We got to reverse. We got to talk about Marvel. Xbox reportedly, this is the key word, and I get tired of these motherfuckers acting like everything in a headline that somebody could type on any computer in the world, billions, by the way, you know, it's a headline. So, you know, it's a report. So, Gaming Report says Xbox passed on Marvel properties. It's probably true, but do we know specifics, Tim Dog? What do we know about this? We know Sony got Spider-Man. We know Sony got Wolverine. We know they jumped on that shit. We know it was probably a really, really good decision, and it led to the purchase of Insomniac. What do we know about Xbox's involvement? Did they choose to build first party? What's the context?
Well, I think it was 2014. I think Phil was even involved.
So no money already to start with.
Right. They didn't have the studios to facilitate the games first and foremost. It was a different time. Also, Activision also passed on them too. But you know, basically they were offered that, and they had to choose. Do you want to go ahead with Halo, Gears, and Forza, or do you want to, you know, mix it up and try a superhero? You know, listen, we all know how the history went down. If they went with the superhero, the Marvel Hero game, it's possible that they might have had a hit. But those are just some of the decisions that come along. If this decision came along now and things like that come around, they're much more apt to say yes. I just think it was a different time, different budget, different mentality back then. There was no Game Pass, and there were single-player games. And I know even at that time, the single-player, you know, the single-player how to make return on your money was a big thing. So, yeah, I do think it's true.
I mean, it's definitely true. I mean,
at the end of the day, I can't really go crazy because, you know, their hands were a little bit tied. But Sony was smart, and you know they're getting the benefits of that. They're gonna have Wolverine. They're gonna have a Spider-Man 2, which is gonna probably
I want to throw it to
be the biggest game 2023. But it is what it is.
Yeah, I want to throw it to Zalker and Forte, but you got to explain to context behind the situation.
Yeah, so
they were coming off of 2013, right? The whole fiasco. They also had literally 5 or 6 studios at the time.
Yep.
I think they acquired Rare in 2006, I do believe. So I think they had 6 studios at the time. All those studios were doing something. They didn't have any teams to build these games, and it wasn't like Marvel was going to build them for them. So I get what they were talking about. Even Activision, right?
Well, that they had a partner. So this is what's going on. According to the person that his name is Ong, he's from Marvel Games. He said that they were in agreement with Activision and they were very disappointed with the Spider-Man games that came out there. So they were going to terminate the licensing deal with them. And then Activision was like, "What are you going to do with our IPs after you get it back?" He's like, "We're going to go find a better home for them." Like there was like an aggressive like back and forth with Activision, and then Activision was like, "Well, good luck finding your unicorn." Legitimately quoted saying that. And so Marvel Games went both to Xbox and PlayStation and said either of them would be interested in forming an exclusive partnership, asking them, "We don't have any big console deals with anyone right now. What would you like to do?" Microsoft's strategy, Ong recalls, was to focus on its own IP, and as such, it decided to pass on the offer. Sony, however, was more receptive. I sat down with these 2 execs from PlayStation third party, Adam Boyes and John Drake, in August 2014 in a conference room in Burbank. I said, "We have a dream that this is possible and we can beat Arkham and have one game at least and maybe multiple games that could drive adoption of your platform."
They didn't beat Arkham, by the way.
No, it's a great game.
I'm just saying they did not beat Arkham.
But the whole point was they were selling it as a thing to push their platform. Which, if anyone knows, like Spider-Man, I think sold better than God of War. And it was a massive reason why a lot of people bought PlayStation.
Yeah, Spider-Man is like one of the most recognizable things on the planet. That's why.
Yeah. So this is what's apparently happened through 2014. And if we remember in 2014, like we said, context-wise, Xbox was like almost on the verge of like, why do we exist? Right? like legit. Like that was what was happening after the launch. And Phil Spencer came in after 2 years from that? And started changing things up.
And they didn't have much of a budget going through there and going throughout there, and even just till recently with the Satya thing and the whole Game Pass thing, do they finally have bank to roll? But Forte, what are your thoughts on some of this stuff before we move?
No, man, I agree exactly what Zucker was saying. The biggest thing is there was nothing available for them to even put behind the IP like Spider-Man or anything like that. And the biggest thing is they wanted Activision to go in and actually improve on the philosophy of what they were doing with the game, but they felt like it already hit the ceiling. They felt like there was nothing more they can get out of it. So they was like, okay, well, yeah, take it and, find someone else that can do it for you. And the biggest thing is Sony just had so many different second-party studios. Insomniac at the time was a second-party studio. They reference how the movement and traversal inside of Sunset Overdrive was like a catalyst to like pick them to actually make that game. And after you think about it, it actually kind of makes a lot of sense. So I think that was also their way of basically, proofing to see if they were going to be a good fit for their studios and stuff. So it kind of worked out all the way around for them.
It took them 4 years to make the swinging.
But for people to say that Microsoft like dropped the ball on this, I was like, well, what do you want them to do? They had to focus on basically rebuilding the platform after the horrendous 2013 that they had when it came to their reveal. And then they had canceled, like Lionhead Studios got canceled like a year or so after that and everything. So they didn't have anything available for anybody to really do a project like this. And it's an unfortunate now, absolutely, but Microsoft and Xbox is in a better place now. And if something like that was to come up, just like the Indiana Jones license, they have studios that can actually do something like that. So you shouldn't have to worry about this in the future. But hindsight is 2020, and Sony bet on themselves, and they
went to Lynch Crafters, bitch.
I will say this: if in a few years, right? Because at this point, there's no excuse. You have so many studios, like you said. I will say this: if in a couple years there's all these exclusive Star Wars, Marvel, blah blah, whatever the hell is, it keeps going to Sony. Then I'm gonna be like, all right, what the hell happened? Like, why are you not making a move to do something like that? Right? You got the studios, you got the budget, obviously. You got everything that you can do.
I mean, they don't technically have to do that stuff.
What's the lift on these things, though, at this point? This is something we're hearing about now, but how do we know that these weren't lengthy, long-term deals that they signed, like with Marvel and with Star Wars? This is something that happened at the beginning of last generation, feeling at the beginning of this one.
I just want to make a point. listen, Xbox deserves, even though we've pointed out their their situation. You also can remember that they had a game called Sunset Overdrive that Insomniac made, and Insomniac was supposed to make 2 more games with Xbox within the first deal, and that game failed. And they could have had a studio right there that made a Spider-Man or a Wolverine. So there is blame. You can look back and say they missed the ball here, but I just find it just like the luck that they had that a game like if Sunset Overdrive was what I believe it should have been, a big hit, they would have made another game. They would have made another sequel. Who knows? They might have even made that Marvel thing. But the fact that that game failed the way that it did, and I mean, from what I heard, it failed, bro. Like, they couldn't believe the numbers that they got in the first week. That hurt them in a lot of ways. And it was just a horrible generation for Xbox. Things that could have went their way didn't go their way, and now we're in a position where Sony has a lock on two guys on Marvel, and more can come.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, we got a shout out to over 1,200 people watching live. Guys, hit the like button, tell a buddy or two about the channel and the show. If you haven't, we're talking about Marvel's missed opportunities with Xbox. No, I mean, they passed. You can't look back and say, you wish you would have did something different. But, Zach, you want to catch us up on some of these super chats, and we can give some shout-outs to our moderators, the best mods in the business. These guys keep the chat clean, keep it good to go. All the channel members, Boba Fett, Assassin Lupa. We got Bud the Cyborg, we got Meat Puppet, and so many others. Thank you guys for checking us out.
So we got Reluctant Dodo again. He says, anything we can do to help those in the beautiful community, we should do and will. So much love for all of you.
Thank you very much,
Appreciate it,
sir.
Man. Yeah, we got Monkey Crow. He says, what's the Stranger Things Xbox tweet about? The new Stranger Things season is releasing, I think, this Friday or Thursday.
Is that really what that was about? Was it about a damn TV show?
I have no idea. I would assume so, right?
I mean, that's what I was thinking, right? That's what I was thinking. Yeah. But why would they, for one, put it on? Why would they have the Xbox logo and then have that damn thing turn into the... What is that? What's it called?
Isn't there a game? Like, I don't know. Maybe there's like a DLC
there is
somewhere.
A game.
Chat, let us know what you think, because this is definitely one of the topics. But Xbox did tweet out something. If you saw my last video, I threw that in there. But Xbox did tweet out something about Stranger Things. But the Xbox logo turned into the... What the fuck is the thing? What is it called? The main bad thing from Stranger Things. Who's leave me hanging?
The Demogorgon?
The Demogorgon.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Xbox logo turned into that thing's face if you didn't see it, right? And I'm like, why would they do that if it's a TV-related announcement? Xbox doesn't necessarily have anything. I mean,
they passed on the IP.
That's just that's bad marketing to me. If that's a TV announcement and you got the Xbox Games logo turning into the fucking Demogorgon's head.
Yeah.
That's just it's bad marketing. If it's a show announcement.
It might be a future perk coming to Game Pass.
It's probably that they didn't pass on a Demogorgon game.
It could be, but it might just be infected with a service subscription.
Eat some motherfuckers. That'd be great. Demogorgon style. So we got
stupid.
We got Shoguns, a member for 32 months. Participation trophies are what happened.
Oh shit, Shoguns.
Oh shit.
Oh man.
Oh fuck.
We got Viper XT. He's a new member. Thank you.
Shout out to Viper XT.
We got Meat Puppet 007. He says, love the podcast. Love the podcast as always. Decided to upgrade to Shout tier. Keep up the good work. RDX is the best.
Appreciate you, brother. I would definitely be updating that.
Yeah, we got Highlander 001. He says, Phil Spencer is not a dumb man. He has a backup for both Starfield and Redfall being delayed. A lot of people are going to look foolish on June 12th. We'll see about that, man. We got Reluctant Dodo. He says, if this is you, driving dealer, we need a race, because let's be honest, you're kind of
full of shit, Reluctant. Even me half dead doing this footage. Yeah, I mean, it's been a while, bro. I'm rusty as fuck. But you can see flashes of brilliance in this footage. Come on now. There's sometimes where I'm like, oh yeah, I remember how to hit this Apex, right? And I do hit it decently, like this one maybe. Yeah, I almost hit that one. I didn't break quite early enough. You get my point. Fuck off. Thank you.
I was actually hoping for a different type of gameplay today.
Shout out to you, Reluctant Dodo.
Not here.
Yeah, no, we're watching dealer crash. It's
Anyway,
good.
go ahead.
So we got Nanopolymath 2014. Microsoft wasn't all in on Xbox the way they are now. Big gamble for Marvel. Wanted Xbox to use what they had. And then we got Assassin 89, new member. It's all of them. Oh, and we got Reluctant Dodo again. Donkey Doo, my one true love. All right. But yeah, the whole Marvel thing and the Star Wars passing up on things, yeah, it sucks. But you know, what are you going to do? That's just what happens. Hey, I have a PlayStation, so I got to play the games anyway, so fuck it.
We just don't know enough about it either to be particularly critical, if I'm honest. We can't say, you fucked it up, Xbox. Like, based on what? What Timmy down the fucking street said, like in a note and passing it to a locker 3,000 years ago. Like, we just don't have, any kind of context behind some of this. So I want to go ahead and move forward to, I'm stalling here. I want to go ahead and move forward to some of these Xbox sales. Zach, you see this in the topics here? This is a Xbox. They're doing really well,
the
man.
sales? Oh, yeah. They
Yeah.
outsold the PlayStation for a week in Japan, which I think is the first time it's happened.
Insane.
in like ever.
ever.
And then it's not even, the funny thing is it's not even just the Japan thing. Like, Japan thing, you're kind of like, wait, what? Did they really? Like, even the 360 era, I don't think they outsold PlayStation, but they got close, right? Like, people were like, wow, we're really doing it.
But
it's
the
like,
Xbox Series S is so pointless.
it is pointless to everyone, right?
Oh,
like, just don't
boy.
even buy one. Dude, and even in Europe, they're actually outselling them. So then North America, they've outsold them for months. Do you like? I remember every month, man. People used to talk about MPDs, and it was always a shoo-in. Like, you know, Sony's gonna win. And then I remember the one time Xbox won, everybody was like, "Wow!"
Hey, just to be clear, because there'll be people like, you only outsold it for like a week or it's 3 minutes. We don't actually give a fuck. We're actually only talking about this because people do give a fuck when it's the opposite, right? Does it burn a little?
But it is still noteworthy.
It is noteworthy. It is noteworthy. But
They've been beating them worldwide in a whole entire quarter. Now, obviously, shortages and the supply lines and everything is playing into this, but you still are
I don't want to hear
popular.
that.
You know that they don't want to hear it, but
I said I don't want to hear that because everybody was saying, "Oh, even if there is a supplier shortage, PlayStation is still going to win." So whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's just overall, but I think the real takeaway is Xbox is back to being 360 popular, and they're doing well. Even
It's better than that.
Yeah, even
better
than that, and even in Japan, that's pretty impressive to do that type of numbers. And I've read that some of their influencers they like the system, so. Who knows? You know, maybe they could do better in Japan.
I wouldn't want to cut a hole in my wall, though, Tim. Like, over there, to get a PS5 in their fucking house, they got to cut a hole in the fucking wall. I mean, shit.
Yeah, that was part of the design of the S, because in other territories like Japan, where it's smaller living spaces and stuff, where you can actually fit that. That's why the Switch does so well over there, because not only is it a portable console, a home console, you can take it on the go with you. Mm-hmm. So it just fits the narrative. No console is really doing great over there when it comes to being a standalone console, but for Xbox to actually keep up with PlayStation and actually beat them, that's something that nobody thought would happen.
Yeah. It's doing, like I said, you guys know I've always been a massive believer in what Series S is, was always going to be. Always push this damn thing. We knew exactly why it existed and what it's capable of. It's a hell of a console for the price, man. You just can't say shit about it. And speaking of, you may get some more games that are actually going to leverage the damn thing. Hopefully sooner than later, according to a journalist, WFC, whatever the fuck tech said.
WCFC.
Is that the ABCD fuck tech said that. They're reporting that Red Dead 1 and 2 are looking to be series enhanced, and you're going to be getting that Red Dead Redemption 2 60 FPS glory forte.
Is it going to help? As long as it helps with the gameplay, the shooting is a lot better. That's all I care about. Because we all know everything else in that game is amazing.
Look.
The story, listen, the story's great. The mechanics is straight. The attention to detail is amazing.
Did you beat it?
Man, the shooting in that game.
I don't even know why I'm asking that. Corey, you didn't beat that shit. Hey, look. Red Dead 2 is still one of my favorite.
Me right now.
Red Dead 2 is still one of my favorite weapons. Okay. Because every time
One of your
everyone's like,
favorite weapons?
it's one of my favorite weapons. Because every time someone's like, man, this is, it's a next gen, it's held back. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Red Dead 2 is last gen. It crushes all this shit. Just to prove a point. This is detail, time, resources, talent. It's just such a good looking game, and it had the physics that it had on last gen consoles as well.
I'm excited, man. I'm excited to have my horse take my guns away from me. I'm excited to get to Tahiti. I'm excited to watch a woman get choked out in the sewers, and I just watch them. I'm excited.
Oh, man.
I'm excited to play one of the most disappointing, overrated games of last generation. I'm a trash bag like that. I can't wait.
Arthur Morgan was up there battling Kratos that year. Stop it.
Dude, Arthur Morgan died from a sneeze. I don't want to hear this shit.
He might have not died in the coolest fashion, but he was still all right by my books.
Arthur Morgan got sneezed on, and he was like, That's what happened in that game.
He was just sitting there, and fucking just took a sneeze right to the face and died 6 hours later. Yeah,
bro, I have my review of that game to this day still gets hateful comments on it, and it's 3 years old now. They are. They're like, "Who the fuck is this fucking guy? Get the Driscolls." I'm like, relax.
Get the Driscolls.
Relax.
And it ain't nothing wrong with a game being, like that. Like I said, Witcher 3 is one of the best games that came out last generation, and it's getting this enhancements patch over the next 6 to 7 months. So it's good to know that 2 of the best games that came out last generation are going to be, adopted to be used with these systems. And that's something you can't say for a lot of other games that people want to play or go back to on a consistent basis.
And yet again, it's another solid example of why, you'll be able to patch these games and bring the PC settings to console, more capable hardware. These are going to be some of the best looking games on the system, and they are, 4 years old, 5 years old probably by the time this patch hits, and Red Dead 2 will still be top 2, 3, 4 best looking next generation quote unquote game.
Right next to Rise on a Road.
And guess what? It runs on a 2013 Xbox One.
Yeah, I like how you keep saying best looking, but won't comment on that gameplay.
Because my argument isn't about the gameplay. That's why.
Can I just say that even now what I just said, half of the chat's like, Zocker's not wrong. The other one's like, you motherfucker.
That was like 2 people that said you weren't wrong, and the other 3/4 were like, fuck you, Zocker, you stupid bitch.
They're going to post me on to Phil Spencer. Look what you support.
The fucking toxic fuck. This fucking loser's being toxic, Phil. Fuck this guy.
Get Biden to get the FTC on him.
God, man. Sorry, chat.
God.
We're not always family friendly and whatnot. Thanks
I gotta read this one.
Go ahead.
Bright Tundra. Zocker's secret kink is watching women get choked out in the sewers. Pray for our boy. Oh my God. Dude, I'm not Dutch, all right? Or Arthur Morgan.
God damn it, Dutch.
You goddamn it, Dutch, I got a plan.
Who put these circles in our mouths?
Oh, fucking stupid.
Yeah, I mean, hey, Dutch started going crazy towards the end of the game. But we're going to leave
Started?
Red Dead. Look, he was kind of level-headed at the beginning, kind of. Maybe.
Yeah?
I don't remember.
Got a plan?
It was, I got a fucking plan, Arthur. Leave me the fuck alone. I'm trying to sleep. I want to go ahead and move on. Zach, you can get these couple super chats while I do this.
Yeah, I got you.
But yeah, shout out to the chat. Thanks for watching, guys. Almost 1,300 people watching. Hit the like button. Tell the buddies about the show as we imitate badly Arthur Morgan and Dutch from Red Dead 2.
We got Splendiferous. Big Donnie Matt said, I'm Xbox's superhero, bitch.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God. And we got Chininook. He says, heard that Xbox has a project named after me. Maybe Zocker will finally get my name right. That's why I said it that way.
Chininook. You used to call him Chinaki guy.
Thanks, Chinox. Love you, bud.
Shout out to Chinook guy.
Chinook, Chininok. We got Hargeet Chani, who's awesome. Xbox not selling in Japan. I thought Xbox has no games. Facts.
No,
I thought they were a monopoly. We got Yadani Quizada. Canceled my subscription to OnlyFans. Creator of the month, fart in a jar because they delayed Bella Delphine farticles. Thought y'all should know.
Yadani.
That was something I didn't need to read, right? Like,
yeah.
Shit.
I'm gonna message JTech TV and have him DM you, Yadani. Keep this shit up. Hey,
oh fuck!
Why are you so quiet, Forte? Check your DMs.
Check my DMs.
He's back in the slander.
I'm guessing you got him. Right, Zucker?
Yeah, that was all of them. That was all of them.
By the way, Sony CEO says Bungie acquisition marks a major step forward. Oh, you know what I'm about to say. Becoming more multi-platform. And this is a direct quote from these guys. The Bungie acquisition marks a major step forward in becoming multi-platform. Sony want to be on Xbox more often, right?
I don't know. Forte, I got a question.
Yeah, what's up?
Does Sony own Bungie?
No.
Listen, we are not going through this again.
Yeah.
Why do you want to do this? We're not doing this again.
I just asked a question. What are you talking about, buddy?
Yeah, don't be bitter about it.
Listen.
It's a yes or no question. It's
all right. Ask the question again.
Hey, Forte.
No,
did you know that
you only get
Sony PlayStation CEO or whatever said that Bungie acquisition took them one step closer to being multi-platform?
They did.
All right, D-Batch, what are your thoughts?
Fuck you, Jim Dog.
I'm trying to get D to talk. Motherfucker says shit all show.
Oh my god. No, I listen. I don't think that Destiny would survive on its own just on PlayStation. I think that game needs to remain multiplat and remain free to play so they can get all those transaction monies, right?
I don't know
it's all about money at the end of the day, and they see the moves that Microsoft is making, and it's just simple math. The more, like, depending on the title in the game, and of course you need to have some content that's a little bit to your ecosystem, but the more people that you have exposed to your game, the higher potential you have for sales and microtransactions.
Do we know how money works? Fuck!
So Sony, I think it's a good deal. And I think it's good to know that any other games that Bungie delivers, if they ever make any other games, we're going to see them on multi-platforms. And I think it's going to be good for Sony in the long run.
What about them? What about them saying this is one step closer to us becoming multi-platform? They want to do they want to send games more places, right?
Definitely. And we see this coming, and I know what this is leading up to. This is leading up to PC. Once again, the Sony exclusive games are going to come to PC. They have they've invested so much money in Epic. They're gonna have their own app. They have money that they invested in Epic where they can have their games in that store. We know that Sony games are appearing in Steam now, the ones that they've released. It's coming. More people that can play your games, the better it is. And they see that Microsoft is making moves and making money, and they like monies. So it's inevitable. And all those people saying, "Oh, it's not gonna happen. It's never gonna be day and date." You know what? They're just basically soothing you bitches because you guys are just whiny babies. And they're just gonna soothe you into it.
They ain't soothing shit. They don't give a fuck what those people.
Which one of y'all got the destitute?
Honestly,
they're gonna soothe them into it, and then get the Vaseline out. And,
they're gonna get to the point
Honestly,
where they're not as hardware reliant. That's why. It's not because they're soothing these fanboys. They don't give a shit. They give a shit about the hardware money and
I don't know, man. I think we've all seen those articles where Jim Ryan is slowly dipping their toes in the boiling water. He's like, "Well, we're thinking about fucking you over." He's literally spelling it out
because. In a way they don't really care, but they also like mindshare, and they know the sentiment that a lot of gamers have to them, and they don't want any type of negative publicity. So I think it is part of it. They're just easing it in, but it's coming, man.
What were you gonna say, Tim? What was I gonna say, Tim? Hold on, let's get Tim in here. He was gonna say something, but we cut it off 18 times.
That's all right. No, overall, they're trying with their PC launcher, and I think we're at a time, honestly, even with Sony fans, that it's just inevitable that if they put their games on PC, we'd probably have a little bit of fun. But at the end of the day, it's a smart move, especially when you're going to be charging full price there, and you're not going to have cross-buy because Sony's never going to do cross-buy. So you're going to basically have another grouping of gamers that can buy your games. Imagine how many people on PC will buy Spider-Man 2. It just makes sense. And I just think it's going that way. And honestly, for the fanboy, like you said it, Zucker, they're not thinking about the bullshit like that. That's not even. It's about monthly active users. It's about people who can buy into their ecosystem. And you look at they're getting a PC launcher. It looks like they're starting that, and I do believe that you're gonna probably. You're going to see day and date PC games, and it's not going to be that big of a deal. It's just Think about the times when Xbox, it was weird when it first came out with Gears, but we all just now we don't even care if it's on PC. It's on Steam. Nobody cares. We're just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just comes out, and you play where you want to play. So, it's honestly, it's not even. It's stupid for Sony not to explore, because PC gaming, just in general, is huge, and you have a game like Spider-Man 2, you're selling 20 million on your own platform. You could have another 15 million on PC buying. That's 35 million. It's a lot of money.
Yeah, so I think people get it confused when it comes to, this is a different Sony. 2013, 2014, Jack Tretton, Andrew House Sony wouldn't have signed a deal with Bungie to purchase them and not keep the IP or have control over the IP. But when you put somebody like Jim Ryan in there, CFO over Europe, one of them made it the most successful part of the PlayStation brand that it's ever been, and you make him the head of everything, you have a money-driven person at the top of your biggest contributor to the Sony platform, and you don't think they're going to make moves to make that even more profitable? These, like, Bungie is just the first step in that. These 10 live service games are going to be the next step in that. And I think those games, if they definitely take off the way they want them to, you're going to start seeing those games fund future games for them. And then you're going to start seeing those games hit in other services like their online PC store day and day. It's only a matter of time. But sooner or later, people keep forgetting that a money-driven person is always going to try to get money. And that's what Jim Ryan is. And you should be happy for that, because what's the number one thing you get when you make more money on your games, Zocker? What's the number one? What happens with games when you make more money? You get more games, right?
No.
Fact.
Yes.
I think Zocker was trying to find the words for it.
He's just got his little mind blown. He's like,
So
go ahead, Zalker.
No, go ahead. Keep going.
Look, I'm going to rescue this shithole right now. And I'm going to say that I'm going to say that what the
somebody
fuck
went to the
topic.
bathroom?
Yeah, somebody went to the bathroom. So PlayStation 5 going more and more multiplat, Sony going more and more multiplat. It's pretty obvious that is the case. They've literally shown us this and brought some PlayStation games to Xbox as well. PlayStation Plus upgrade to premium. I don't know if you heard about this, D, but there are some reports coming in from the Asian region players who have access to the new PlayStation Plus. If you get your sub at a discount, you'll be charged at a higher upgrade fee to make up for the discount. So of all the things, like, how Microsoft said, hey, fuck it, you got $1? Fuck, you just hit this button, go. Like, Sony won't even let you have, like, any fucking money at all. You cannot save any money at all upgrading to PlayStation Premium. Why are they so fucking stingy with this shit?
I have no idea, man. Like, it's this is really bad. Like, this is even gonna piss off the hardcores. Like, first of all, those guys that got those subscriptions for like 5 years, basically, if they want to keep like how they wanted to do it initially, they have to pay the difference up to the 5 years.
Jesus.
Is this like, retro?
Yeah. So basically any discount.
Don't die.
Are you all right? Did you just choke?
Okay.
Don't die.
Basically, any discount that you incur from getting, stacking the cards and getting the discount and blending them together, it gets wiped out when this update happens and they merge the services. And if you want to, keep it the way that you initially tried to get it, you're going to have to pay the actual difference that it would be to continue to have that. And that's just really bad. And currently right now it's going on in Asia. Some users are reporting this, that they, in order to keep their new subscription tier, that they have to pay the entire duration of their current plan. They have to pay the difference. And that's just unacceptable. And I guess we should have saw this coming, because Sony closed that loophole pretty quick, and then they stopped you from having the ability to stack it. And they said, "Oh, don't worry, when it launches in June, you'll be able to combine it." And now we're finding out that no, you'll be able to combine it, all right, but you're gonna have to pay the difference. And what happens if you don't pay the difference? Then
They come and
basically
repossess your PlayStation.
it's just
Well-
it's unbelievable, man. Honestly,
Walking,
a
give me this
blockbuster.
piece of shit.
I definitely. I need clarification on this. So, are we talking? Okay, so what about the people that already put codes in and put that stuff in? Are those people affected? If you were one of the
Yes.
people that
Yes,
They are
they're
going-
going back and making you pay.
retroactively.
Yes. Because the service isn't actually live yet, right? So I guess it's going live in some parts of Asia. I don't know if it's trial or whatever. They're launching it early there, whatever. But it's gone live there, and these guys are having to pay the difference. So if they got 2 years and they stacked it on top of it, they're gonna have to pay the difference for the 2 years if they want to remain
All right.
having that subscription for that duration of time, and that's bullshit.
So
This topic's
So-
got me all hot and bothered.
yeah, so the BS part of this that I agree with is the retroactive part of it. I don't really have a problem with them doing that to people that are trying to do it after the fact, because Xbox does that now. You know, if you buy an Xbox Live card and try to stack it onto your Game Pass, it's only going to give you partial credit. It's going to give you, I think, a year gives you like only 6 months of Xbox Game Pass due to the amount of how much
but
it actually
they
costs.
promoted that deal before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Xbox was like-
promoted that deal.
They were
So
like,
it's
yo,
yeah.
stack it. We don't give a shit. Do what you got to
they
do.
said stack it. Yeah. So
But-
I don't have a problem with that. It's just the fact, I think it's just the fact that Sony has like actively went out of their way to stop people from doing this. And then when after all these people found a loophole by going to stores and picking up all of these different, poser cards from these different retailers, first they can't even put the cards in, and now we have to wait. And you're basically artificially telling us like, oh, you paid for this 3 months ago, but you can't put it in until after the service starts. And guess what? You're going to incur a tax that's going to not give you what you paid for. And I think that is pretty scummy.
Well, you know
Listen,
what?
what
You know
else
what?
is
You know what else is
ridiculous?
pretty scummy though? Right now, I threw a poll for the players? Question mark. Right? We're obviously referring to this topic. 26% of people think that that's okay.
Yeah, that's garbage.
Come on, guys.
I'm one of those
First of all,
26.
they
I'm one of
I've
those
already
they
yes,
removed
too.
the
Fuck.
ability. They removed the ability to even purchase the PS Now cards, so you can't even buy the cards.
Yeah,
And
you
then,
can't even buy them.
then a couple of days after the loophole, they shut it down from you being able to redeem the cards. Now, if you're not selling the cards anymore, then clearly nobody can really exploit it because you don't sell the damn cards anymore. So the people that have bought the cards already, just allow it to be just for. What's the word I'm looking for here? Just for good customer relations, just for goodwill. Like, what the hell are you doing? Money can't always be it can't be so transparent that you're so greedy for money.
Don't
And-
you
and
say
gamers
number
see
one?
that.
Number one scalper, you piece of shit. First off, your number one
know, I
scalper,
can't hear
okay?
it.
You are a piece of shit. But he says,
How many
he
PlayStation
says,
you just sold?
he said only broke people hate this move. Man, it's not the fucking money, it's the principle.
Oh my god!
And
Come on,
imagine
man.
if Xbox did this. Holy fuck. Did we have some check
Do you
mark
not remember
motherfuckers
the,
coming out of the
the
what-
double
woodwork?
Xbox?
What is
You don't
up with
remember the
Sony guys
double
just wanting to
Xbox
pay?
Live?
Like,
You
what's
don't remember
wrong
what
with
happened?
No. That's completely different. Like doubling of Xbox Live, we all said fuck Xbox. What the fuck is happening? Reverse the shit. I'm saying, imagine if Xbox did this little janky, stupid bullshit. Like the check mark fucks would be coming out of the woodworks and articles and dumb shit would like wouldn't
Check mark.
check mark fucks all over the place.
Why do these guys insist on paying the most money possible? Oh, we don't want free games. We don't want a subscription service. We want to pay full price. Like, I don't
That's
understand
just,
these guys.
They're being fraudulent.
All right.
bro.
Well,
Don't even listen to
surprisingly,
them.
28% of you, 27% of you just went down. Think
God.
that is a for the players. Fuck you, Zucker. For the players type activity from PlayStation. And
Those are
shame on
people that
all
like to
y'all.
watch games instead of playing them.
You're watching Twitter.
Whoa, Forte. Don't be toxic now. Harassment.
I'm just saying.
It wasn't
man.
up there for very long though. It's
I'm
only
watching the Warriors right now. It makes me an athlete. I don't want to hear your bullshit.
stupid. You're sitting on the bench next to him. Go, Steph, go!
Yeah, hell yeah, go Steph!
Fuck you, missed you, dumb
What the
bitch. What are you doing? You'll start yelling at him.
Oh my god.
Hey,
You have no games like Xbox.
Hey, Steph, you fucking the Subway. Why are you doing commercials for Subway? It tastes like shit. Hey, I want to give a shout out to everyone watching live, guys. 1,300 people. We do appreciate you. Hit the like button. Tell a buddy or two about the show. And, of course, let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. Forza Motorsport 7 footage. If you haven't played it and you already own it, You can't. Well, that's a weird thing to say. If you have played it and you already own it downloaded, you can re-download it and play it. But obviously, it's not on the store anymore. I don't know if you guys knew that, licensing and all that. You can't buy this game anymore unless it's disc. And I don't even know how well it'll work because the patches. They still support the patches. If you pop a disc in, will it still update even though it's not on the store?
I think so. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. You still get the installs if you have it downloaded.
That's not what I said, Forte, but I appreciate you.
Oh, I thought that's what you said. I'm sorry.
Sounds like you're building a thumbnail right now.
For a video that I didn't make yet.
Hey, but yeah, we're gonna move forward, guys. Again, let me know
Let me jump
your.
on some of these super chats, by the way.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so we got Flame. He says Zalker evolved from a toddler to toxic. Hashtag free budget. Yeah. We got Viper XT. Hashtag for the payers. Lol. Hargi Chani, the homie. He says, "Damn, pay the difference up front for PlayStation Plus subs. Yikes! Does that come with some lube?" Hashtag for the players. Damn, Hargi, chill, bro.
Be good,
chill.
Hargeet.
We got Splendiferous. He says Sony giving away free enemas. Hey, Forte Boo Boo. Oh wow.
Hey, Splendiferous.
All right. Well, now I just died a little inside. We got
Well,
Flapjack Juice. Sorry. We got Flapjack Juice. He says only broke companies use this move. Damn. Garuda Intruda says people are acting like these delays are cancellations. They're still coming to just some temporary respite for those who want to see Xbox fail. This just means Xbox is going to hit harder later on.
Yeah, that's factual. It's definitely factual, but it definitely sucks it got delayed.
Yeah.
Which is also factual. By the way, EA apparently for sale. Apple apparently interested. They want to turn the corporation into a fruit. What are your thoughts? That was the stupidest joke I ever fucking
That
said
is
in my
like
life.
the dumbest fucking dad joke.
Yeah,
I've ever
I
heard
don't
in
know
my
why
life.
why. Anyway.
I mean, Forte
I-
laughed because
I'm just thinking
like-
about I'm just thinking of fruit.
Anyway.
I had to laugh at it just because.
Hey, how likely is this, Tim Dog? You're a businessman.
What was the question?
Fuck you, Tim Dog. I'm not repeating it.
Tim, though, he was asking if you were. He said, "Are you interested in buying EA if Apple doesn't buy you?"
Oh, you know what? It's kind of funny thinking about that because
Are Apple really interested in buying EA?
Yeah, I think the time has come now. Remember when we talked about like Xbox and Sony fearing the big companies getting involved? I think the time is going to come here. I do think Apple or Google or one of these guys is going to pick them up, and maybe NBC.
That fell through. NBC fell through.
Yeah, exactly. But I do think that I think it's a smart buy for Xbox if they would keep it multiplat and just kind of do the Bungie thing with what Sony's doing, because we can't go wrong with sports. You know, take a gamer like myself. I mean, I play every year 500 to 600 hours in just sports games. And it's a big part of my love of video games. I'm a huge sports fan. So yeah, it would be a smart thing for Microsoft.
Oh my god!
For Microsoft to get involved with. But the thing is that as we know, they're not going to get involved right now because
shit!
they got this pending deal, which is I don't know if you talked about it last week. Brad Smith had came out with basically an update on the deal, and the thing is that he's the lawyer and he's basically number 2 in command in Microsoft. And he's feeling really strongly about this. So if it is blocked or anything, it's going to be fought in court. But I kind of, over the time, and we haven't really talked about much, I feel Activision deal is getting done. And I do feel, though, that they're not going to really, they're not going to mess with another, like that to be a $38 billion takeover. It'll be a lot of money to buy EA. But I do feel like... probably Apple is going to be the guy that gets them, and it's interesting to see that the companies that we didn't think would get involved are now getting involved. The fears of like Sony and Xbox thinking that the big players are going to get involved. They might get involved now, especially with these sell-offs. Ubisoft is going to sell. EA is going to sell. I don't think Sony's going to be buying any of them.
They don't
to be
have,
honest.
yeah.
They don't have the money.
Yeah. I mean, who else can get involved in the most
Microsoft.
serious of ways? Which they're going to be $1 trillion companies, billion dollar companies.
I think if it is Apple, like, okay, whatever. But to me, I think that, I don't know, man, for like, if you look at everything, like, I think Amazon might be somebody that could do it because they've put a lot of their games, like, you look at New World, Lost Ark, all that, it's been on PC, right? Like, they have the cloud PC. They've now, like, partnered with Ubisoft, so you use Luna to stream their games, right? If you're subscribed to Ubisoft Plus. They have a lot of stuff out there and very successful games. Like New World was a success. So was Lost Ark. Lost Ark had like over 1 million concurrent players at one point. That's just PC. So it's like, and,
Not like
and I played
anything else.
game. Dude, it's pretty damn good. World of Warcraft. No, but there's I'm just saying, like, I think Amazon. If anybody was going to do it, I would look at Amazon. But like Pactor said earlier, right, like a few months ago, you know, like the FTC doesn't like Amazon, right? Like they don't like them. So them to buy something that big would get scrutinized, I think. But they just finished with MGM, so they might go after this. And if Apple does get them, then that could be something else.
Like we got the Wizard of Oz on lock, bitch.
They could stream it through the like the puck thing we're talking about through Apple TV. They have the infrastructure, they have the servers,
Yeah.
they have everything they can do to, you know, Apple's got all the money to do that.
Who should we bring in from the chat? Like, is this just a specialty member of the show? Like, because Forte obviously don't give a fuck that he's here. You know, D-Batch is obviously painting his nails. And then, you know, Tim just gave a great speech, you know, a minute ago.
First of all.
Wait, these motherfuckers is here?
No. First of all, I'm gonna need you to sit back in your chair, relax.
Oh, okay.
Eat a Snickers because you're being
I don't
really
prefer
disrespectful
Snickers
right now.
sure.
Okay, well, eat a Kit Kat then.
I don't prefer those.
One of the two things. Okay.
How about
gummy bears,
$100,000
something.
bar?
Oh well, you can afford it.
Never mind, that's a joke.
You can
go
afford
ahead.
it. No. I agree. I think in general with Apple, and first of all, I just don't want to interrupt Zucker when he's on his,
Forte,
when he's
you
talking,
were going, man.
talk.
You had it. You were rolling. Let's go. Come
Okay,
on.
but no, listen.
I appreciate you not
I
wanting to
just like the
interrupt
fact. I think it's a lot of different players that could be. I mean, I don't think the Embracer Group is done. I think they just make one big acquisition. I think they can actually be involved in this. But I do think if you want to think of like the heavy hitters like Apple definitely can make a move like this. I mean, they're already one of the top money makers when it comes to like their app store, when it comes to just revenue, and they don't even own a gaming division. This is just all of stuff that's just off of their store by people participating and having their games and stuff on their server.
Yeah, they're
so
taking 30% of everything everyone's doing. Yeah.
It's
so
going to
just
be
imagine if they actually had an ecosystem with their own publisher making their own games and stuff like that. And I do think that these games will still all stay multi-platform and everything like that. But I think that would be a really, really good move for them. And I just think everybody else is kind of tied up in a bunch of other little acquisitions. Sony dealing with Bungie, Xbox dealing with with the Activision stuff right now. So it's like a suck time for anybody to try to get purchased when it comes from the big three. But when it comes to like these outside entities like Amazon and stuff, I think those would be really, really good landing places. And if Amazon did do it, that would probably show gamers and stuff that they're actually serious about what's going on with Luna and everything, because they've been pretty quiet about that over the course of the last year.
Well,
I think it's going to be. I think you made some great points. I just get a feeling that Apple or Amazon or one of the big guys is going to get them, and it does make a lot of sense. You have Madden, you have really strong IPs, and just Madden alone, you could think that they could put that on there. They could put that on iPhone, and it might not be. It might not be the game that we play on consoles, but Madden, I mean, I would buy it on iPhone. You know what I mean? Like, so I think,
But there's another side to it as well. Nano says, by the way, in the Super Chat, he says it's scary if a non-gaming entity buying EA. Apple could remove EA Play from Game Pass and make it exclusive to Apple, and that's the other side of that coin, Tim.
That is
100%, 100%, and
yeah, that's true.
That's what, like I said, that's what they feared in the beginning. They joked around about it. Both Sony and Microsoft were crazy scared when Google got involved and they said Apple got involved. They thought that there would be more players. This might be the start of it, you know what I mean? And it is kind of scary because, you know, a gamer like myself, I mean, what would I do if I didn't have, I'd probably get wherever the hell they're selling it.
But is
Now,
it a good buy though? Like in my head, is it a good buy? Like, I
Chat,
know
let
EA is a
us
good
know
buy.
if it's a
But
good buy.
let's hold on. Like what I'm saying is that when you look what happened with Battlefield, right? Bam, that's a black eye, and it's been a black eye for what, like the last 2-3 games they've had every time it launched. You look at pretty much every game outside of what Respawn makes. Everything else, like Need for Speed, needs more work, right? Like all these studios there, including Madden. Like I'm sorry, but Madden has been like hated for like the last 8 years because they've had no competition and they basically phone it in. So it's like, what like is Apple going to be the publisher, whoever, the owner of EA that can actually shape it up, like make it a little better? Like, yeah, because Apple isn't a gaming entity right now, right? They don't have a platform, and that is kind of scary to think that all these talented people at these studios that have all these strong IPs haven't brought out games that are top notch like Respawn has been doing. I feel like Respawn's the only one, and look what they did to BioWare. So like, yeah, I get it. Like you want more games to come, you want people to buy them, but when I'm looking at it, it has a lot of IPs, but they're not utilizing them the best possible way. At least that's just to me, right? Like when you look at Activision, they were heading down that route too, right? Like they were starting to put Blizzard, one of my favorite developers, down a dark hole. And when you look at Call of Duty, they didn't know what to do. So for me, it's a great thing that Xbox got them because they can be like, yo, what the hell are you doing here? Maybe we do this. Maybe we do that. Clean it up a little. Something like that. So I don't know. Maybe it's good. Maybe Apple can kick some ass and get something done. Or maybe Amazon could, whoever the hell it is. I don't know. It's good news because it's not being run well.
I want to know
I
what
think
the
it
chat
makes more
thinks too.
sense. I think it makes more sense for Apple to purchase this. I think with all their devices out there, their Macs, they could implement the cloud, all of their iPads and iPhones. I think it'd be a good fit for them. As far as EA, yeah, some of their qualities come down a little bit, but when you really look at the numbers, they still make a lot of money. Their games still sell, whether we like them or not. Madden, I'll admit, is like kind of cut and paste for the last 4 years, but it's still a top seller. So I think from a business point of view, it does make sense. Now, the part that does concern me, which I wasn't even thinking about till you guys mentioned it, is the fact that it could get removed from Game Pass. Now, I think if they were to acquire them, they would have to keep it on Game Pass for a certain amount of time because you have to honor the deals that are in place when you make such purchases, from my understanding at least. So it would be on there for an amount of time. But it would potentially leave the service, which I think would kind of hurt Game Pass because I think EA Play is one of the bright points of Game Pass when you have 10 hours to try out these games.
And,
So
and a bunch of other, like you don't just get the early
Yeah.
access, but you got games like
Yeah.
Fallen Order in there, like the full game, right? Or NHL
Yeah.
or whatever.
So it is a little bit concerning. As far as you guys were saying, can Apple, or Zucker was saying, can Apple be the company that turns them around? I actually think they could be the company that could turn them around. I actually think Apple is capable of, filling in those deficits that EA is currently having. I think Apple could help. More
Yeah.
so than Amazon.
I think the
Yeah,
biggest thing that people are kind of missing when it comes to this is, yes, they make a lot of money. EA is a juggernaut when it comes to that. Microtransactions all over the place. But their biggest seller, FIFA, isn't going to be FIFA anymore. And I think that's part of the reason why they're backing out of this now, due to the fact that they don't have that licensing no more. You're literally going to cut that revenue. Like, they don't even know what they're going to sell when it comes to, well, they know they're going to sell, but they don't even know what kind of offerings they're going to get when it comes to that game in the future, because the FIFA name sells that game. It does even bigger than Madden and stuff at this point. So I think that's part of the reason they want to kind of like, hey, we got everything we're going to get out of this. Let's give it to somebody else. Apple can definitely do something with that. But if people want the status quo to still stay the same, I think Xbox is the only way that's going to happen, because Xbox has shown the ability to keep games where they are. They'll still keep EA Play and stuff on Steam. They'll keep it on PlayStation if something like that was to happen, versus if you put it anywhere else, that's going to be a question mark. And let's be for real, the reason these games sell as much as they sell, they make as much money as they make, is because they're available everywhere. And we know that Apple likes to have their closed ecosystem and stuff like that. So it really just comes down to a philosophy shift for Apple in their mindset to say, we're going to adopt this, but we're also going to adopt it in a way that it's not going to really pretty much change the status quo. We're just going to take the money that we're going to get from it, like basically like how PlayStation is doing with Bungie at this moment when it comes to Destiny.
Just kind
the
of
funny thing
let
is,
them do
some
what
people,
they're doing. Yeah.
Yeah, and some people are saying, "Oh, I see it in the chat." Some people are like, "Well, I don't know, like maybe Apple can do it, or Respawn actually doesn't make that much money. They just make, it's like no, Respawn makes a shit ton of money. I think like Apex Legends makes like over $1 billion a year. Like the Fallen Order sold over 10 million copies to the point where EA, the people that were like single player games are kind of they made a single player game and they were like, actually, we're going to do a sequel because that shit
before
sold,
and we just couldn't build something
like
quality, but now we did. So
yeah, and the thing with EA is that they had people forget this, like just like you said about FIFA, they also lost the Star Wars license. Right? Like they had that exclusive and they lost that because EA wasn't managing shit very well. They were just banking on those sports games.
It was
so
that
I really
Battlefront
do
2.
hope. Yeah, Battlefront 2.
It came in and said, "Oh my
later.
beer, bitch."
Like, listen, that game is still freaking awesome looking, right? Like, it's a great looking game. And I had a lot of fun with it. But yeah, it was a very big like flop in terms of like PR and all that. But I don't know. I to me, the biggest thing I want to see is if Apple does buy it, good. I don't give a shit. Let them buy it because then that's just going to put Microsoft to be even more consumer friendly. Because competition, right?
I mean,
like, that's all it's going to be.
I think there's great competition and cooperation, right? And I think there's savage and Microsoft versus Apple competition. Fuck you. I'm stealing your shit. I'm kicking your dog competition. That type of shit. Like those guys.
What kind of
I don't know.
competition are you talking about?
I mean, Microsoft and Apple competition. That kind. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see how they handle that and how they work and how they develop their shit on other people's devices, right? That's something that they don't normally do. It would be intriguing. I would like to see EA just stop. I would like to see EA handle its shit and accept responsibility for the situation it's put itself in instead of trying to find a buyer. Sit there and take this shit on the chin. You did this to yourself with Battlefield. You did this to yourself with everything you fucking do. It's predictable. Like, just don't fuck up for once in a while. Like Fallen Order was great, right? But damn, you need to do that again and again and again and turn it around. Yeah. And don't give yourself the benefit of the doubt on what you can accomplish in X amount of time. Give yourself more time. It's predictable, man. I just wish they would turn it around because they got some really cool IPs. I'm just frustrated by the fact that I still haven't gotten a real fucking Battlefield game in 10 years.
I just want to say that Battlefield, they really dropped the ball with Battlefield. And they had, we were all pretty excited for Battlefield this year. And man, was it
killed.
Stinker, man. What a stinker, and what a big franchise, and especially in a year where Call of Duty was kind of mid, they had a great opportunity to capture gamers, and they just blew it. And I think this is part of the reason, their slow decline. I don't want to say it's like a huge decline, but their slow decline probably why they're on the chopping block now of being sold.
Oh shit. Speaking of chopping,
still got games coming out.
Speaking of chopping block,
coming out beginning of the year, so they got a lot of things in the pipeline to actually turn it around. But they have to want to turn it around, and a lot of people just don't believe in the direction that they've been going in the last couple of years.
How far away from your microphone are you there, Forte?
Is that better?
If you're not right on that bitch, you literally wasted all your money.
Oh, okay. I'm right on it now.
There you go. It sounds like you're actually not in the middle of a Walgreens.
You're reverberating in my ears. It's nice.
Yeah, you might want to readjust for that kind of proximity, but yeah, it's not bad.
ASMR.
How do we sound check?
I can tickle your fancy.
Hey, Risk It. Oh my God. Hey,
I'll be a huckleberry.
Risk It said canceling my kids. They don't say enough AAA stuff. Oh my God. Shout out to Risk It. Zach, you want to grab these super chats, man?
Yeah, give me 2 seconds.
Shout out to almost 1,300 people watching this live, guys. Hit the like button. Tell a buddy too about the show. We do appreciate it. I ain't done, bitch. I'm giving the shout out.
You little fucking slut.
Takes a minute, man. Shit. All right, go ahead.
We got mean old Trent. Member for 4 months. Love you guys. Keep it up. We got bitch ass boss mod lethal. He says that joke was as bad as Zulker's hairline. Smiley face. Hey man, the eyebrows make up for it, baby. We
Kinda.
got Nano Polymath. He says it's scary a non-gaming entity buying EA could remove EA Play from Game Pass deal and make it exclusive to Apple. We read that already. Sorry. Yodani, he says D could be a way to get AAA games on M1 ARM.
I like turtles, Yodani.
Yeah. Riskit says canceling my kids. Yeah, you said that. Space Monkey says EA should do a Command and Conquer crossover with Battlefield.
On a cell
Setting
phone.
is perfect. Why hasn't this been done? Shut the fuck up, dealer. No.
New
Don't give him ideas.
generation. Whatever happened to that
On
Command
this-
and Conquer piece of shit cell phone
Dude.
game? Did it come out?
Dude, I don't. Dude, no. I don't
Or a
even know if
new
it did.
generation of get the fuck off the stage.
Like even Diablo, right? Like Diablo Immortal. When they're like, everybody has a phone. They're like, all right, there's a PC port. Sorry. It's like, cool, dumbass.
Want to play on your phone, bitch?
No. And Diablo Immortal comes out like in what? Next week, by the way. I'm looking forward to that shit.
Is it that quick?
What
Yeah,
is
it's
it?
coming out
Oh,
next
wow.
week. Diablo Immortal.
Oh,
No
that'll
one
be
gives
my
a
fifth, my fourth.
fuck.
That'll be my fourth game beat this year.
Wait, what? Like your
That'll be-
fourth? Like legitimately? Just like four?
Yeah, four
Damn.
games this year.
You know
That
it's a
would be
mobile
my
game, right?
fourth.
Does it count?
Nope.
It's coming to
gotta be
PC too.
It's got to be 5
It's
hours.
coming to PC. It's coming to PC too.
Anyway,
I know it's coming to PC, but
let me
we'll
go
see.
ahead and
I'll be the judge of it.
go forward here. By the way, Ubisoft, that Avatar game, is that still coming out this year?
It's a rumor too. Yeah, they're bringing out.
Yeah.
I think that game. Whatchamacallit, the Skull and Bones and the Prince of Persia and one other game I forgot the name of, but they're bringing
Bones
all
and Skulls.
they're bringing all those games out by March next year. So
Prince
there's
of
definitely
Persia,
one.
man. Don't
Last time we
ever
saw
mention
them,
that
it
game
looked pretty
again.
crappy, man. They look crappy.
Dude, what the
last
fuck?
time.
Prince of Persia savage, bro.
What did you say,
Shut
D? It
up.
I
sounds
know-
like,
no,
sounds
no,
like
the-
you're in the
yo.
urinal in the back. What did you say?
The last time we saw that game, it looked like crap.
Well, why you got to talk
Man.
shit?
Yeah, what the
Well,
fuck? It was a
because
while
it
ago,
did
man.
look
I
There's
don't know.
skull
We'll
and
see.
bones in it. Also,
it's a
hey,
good game, but
there's some rumors here that the new Avatar game on PlayStation exclusive content. Approximately nobody gives a fuck. By the way, there was a new Modern Warfare 2 reveal today. There's apparently gonna have a reveal before Xbox's showcase. Most likely telling you to see more at Xbox's showcase or someone else's showcase. And I don't know. It's not exactly how I would have released. Did you guys see this? Where like they had a fucking a
Yeah.
guy.
They're just flying through
Like-
the Los Angeles port, basically.
It was weird. Like they put like one of those tow boats that normally haul garbage and cargo, and they put like a tarp of Modern Warfare over it, and they're like, "All right,
Yeah.
Billy, now fly this fucking drone. We're gonna speed up the camera, and it's gonna be horrible." And then they released it, and I just don't understand why you would even announce a Modern Warfare 2 like that. But you know, whatever, it's coming. We know the game's gonna be fire. Modern Warfare
October
2019
28th.
is the best
October
Call of Duty
28th.
ever made.
Hey, as a technical guy, I have to say, the environments, they're basically showing off the new engine, and
Yeah.
the water physics looked good, the environments looked good, the lighting looked good. The lighting is much improved. It looked pretty realistic. It's a big improvement over the last Call of Duty, that's for sure.
I know,
And,
but that's
you
like
know-
showing off a new engine, like zooming in on a toilet. You know, like
I don't know.
you
I
gotta
enjoyed it.
decide what to show. Like, you know, they could have did a lot better. I have no doubt the game's gonna look phenomenal. Like Modern Warfare 2019 looks fucking incredible. Again, best Call of Duty ever. By the way, there's an Xbox executive, Ed Fries or Freeze. I don't know how to pronounce it.
At freeze.
Fries. Whatever.
Fries. All right. Fries it is. Ed Fries does have some concerns about Game Pass. Zachary, I figure I would throw it to you. There's some bullet points here for you. And obviously, look, concerns, they're warranted. Everything's uncertain, right, Zachary? It's okay to be
Yeah.
scared a little bit, but
Yeah, he was talking about, he recently spoke on the Xbox Expansion Pass podcast, where he said that the impact of the Xbox Game Pass makes him nervous. Phil Spencer, CEO of Microsoft Gaming, has previously indicated that the company still sees individual game sales as valuable in addition to Xbox Game Pass. Xbox Game Pass is often seen as an incredible deal for consumers, blah, blah, blah. It's easy for Microsoft to get more people to different games. We all know that. And basically, Ed Freeze, who's a vital part of Xbox even existing, said that kind of worries him a little. And, this guy, for everybody to understand, he hasn't been part of Microsoft since 2004. So, he's really just, coming in and just, talking about how he feels that this can, if something does happen where Game Pass goes away or if Xbox takes over, kind of like with that one guy, that debunks stuff or whatever it's talked about, how people might stop buying games or whatever, or people might stop doing this. And I'm sitting there going, you're acting like people are just going to stop gaming or something. Like,
So
that's not
basically,
what
fear
that's gonna happen.
mongers is basically what I'm
Yeah,
hearing.
it's kind of fear mongering. Like, I get, like, hey, a concern and everything
The
like
same
that.
people
sure.
that told us like we're fear mongering 1X and xCloud and every new thing and everything they don't understand. It's going to happen
pretty
forever,
much.
Salker. So, what
Yeah.
do you agree with what he's saying? Like,
No, I don't agree with what he's saying. I mean, I get it, right? Like, I see what he's talking about, but I don't agree with it. Like, as a gamer, like, I'm never gonna stop gaming. Like, unless they stop making fucking games, like, and then even then, I might go make a damn game. I don't know. Like, I'm just saying, like, if Game Pass is gone, yeah, it's gonna be like, oh shucks, all right, well, I'm gonna go buy this game now. Like, that's just me personally. I'm not gonna stop buying games. Like, that's what they're trying to say, is that it's gonna take it over and blah blah blah. It's like, no, there's so much competition, so much people selling games. Like, there's so many studios out there that I think it's kind of a non-issue at the end of the day.
did he just like die right at the end?
Yeah, I think he did. All I know is it's fake. It's fake outrage. Like, why are people not freaking out about all these streaming services? Because these people aren't paying for these shows. These people ain't paying for these movies in the theater, and these subscription services are being sustained. This is one way that the market is going. And what I don't understand is if you don't like it, you don't want to subscribe to it. You don't have to. You can still buy the damn game. So what's the problem?
Yeah, I really don't know. I mean,
No,
to speculate on whether or not people will or won't start or stop buying more or less games, that's why I kind of like to live in the moment with a lot of this stuff, because time spent speculating negatively, I think, is the worst waste of time. Like, you can speculate, I think it's going to do this, and it's going to be cool, and you're going to like it because of this. That's so much more, just less, that's so much better than people just doom and glooming shit, speculating shit. It's just so much better because it's just not warranted. So, not that he's doing that. I'm just saying that right now, games are doing pretty damn well in there. They seemingly sell better. They get more engagement. It's good for the consumer. I don't know.
Did you see what the developer said? I think the Descenders of developer said.
What are you saying?
He said when you make a game, he's like, you usually have like analytics go through, and then you hope to make, a amount of, money, so you could get how much it costs to make the game, and then after that, it's all profit, right? Like B is the profit. That's the next set of goals. He said when you put a game in Game Pass, he's like, A is already done. He's like, you already got the money back for your development, how much money you put in. And so now it's all about just profit. He's like, why would you not want to do that?
Yeah. And you get
More
a ton
people.
of free marketing, right? And again, profit comes through microtransactions, DLC, purchases. I mean, it just feeds back into itself, man. So I kind of like to know what the chat thinks. I don't really understand the concern at the moment. I just worry about how I benefit from the service. That's kind of where I'm at. I don't know. Tim, do you have something to say? You know Ed a little bit better than we do.
I mean, listen, some people have those takes, and I think he is he's not somebody who's, it's a genuine take. But as Zorka said, listen, as a gamer, for me, one of the favorite things I like about Game Pass is, even though they're smaller games, if I say I had 4 days off or whatever playing video games, you always just check, and there's always like a new game. There's like tennis coming. There's always like it's just a good service, and I think obviously if they get COD. And they get all the stuff that's planned. It really is going to be hard to even just not have. You know what I mean? As a gamer, I just think it's they just have gotten themselves in the situation. And I know we've talked about this at way over the top. But listen, if they get Activision and you get these games rolling. It's gonna be a real big joke about how amazing Game Pass is. It's holding its own right now, but just the future, you're gonna get 5 games a quarter. I mean, just look at next year. If as shitty as it's been, you could have Stalker 2, Contraband, Forza, Hellblade 2, Avowed, Starfield, and Redfall.
Yeah,
I mean,
it only gets worse.
That could actually happen. Think about that. Just think about that.
I don't know. I just think
then what do we say? Listen, it probably won't happen, but that's 7 games. Like, what are we saying then? You know, where we just got totally, face. I don't want to say the word, but just basically annihilated with games. You know, and you're getting the show on top of that, and you're getting other third party games too. It's like
I don't know. I think it's more
they have their formula, and I don't see it failing, and that's why I get a little annoyed with the stuff with the unsubscribes and all the drama that went on. Is because we all know, if we're speaking our heart of hearts, we know it's a very good service. Only going to get better.
But is it? But the point is that, like, is that a bad precedent to set in the gaming industry? So that's kind of like the question. And to me, it's about being consistent. Like, is Xbox a monopoly, or does Xbox have no games? Right? Like, is the service not profitable, or is it going to ruin the industry because everybody's going to go on it and not buy games? Like, right now, I just feel like everybody doesn't know what the hell this is. And I think, including kind of Xbox, I think they don't know what it can be yet. And I think a lot of developers or ex-developers, ex-executives and everything are looking at it going like, holy shit, like, we didn't even think of this in a business aspect for gaming, right? So that's what we're going to continue to see until the shit show that's happening right now, like you were saying, Tim, until that stuff actually starts happening where games actually start dropping, that's when we're going to see what Xbox could be, right? Or Game Pass could be. That's the point. But until that time, people are going to continuously question this, and they have every right to.
And the funny thing about this is, I just don't get that part of it. Like, you're questioning something that they're giving to you, and I just look at it as a situation like, just be happy at what you're getting. Like, you're getting a service. You're basically paying almost a quarter of what something like this to play all of these games would normally cost you. So it's like, I understand that, everybody wants to, count Microsoft's money, or they want to, talk about, the direction of games and developers not getting paid or some of the stuff like this. But that's something that Microsoft needs to worry about. Worry about the fact that you are in a situation, probably the best time in gaming, where you have the option to play anything you want for the most part at any time. And if you want to purchase it, you can. I still sell copies of Forza Horizon 5 to people that walk in the store. I sold a copy of Halo Infinite to somebody a couple of weeks ago. So it's not like people still don't buy games. They still do. People buy games all the time in Game Pass because they know when they do leave the service, they're going to do it. So Microsoft, the best thing that they did with this service is give it make it so approachable that the games are going to be purchased no matter what. Either as we're going to like front the cost of the development for the developers, and we're going to give them whatever they feel like they deserve when it comes to like what they think it should sell to put it in Game Pass, or your people are going to just buy it at the store and they're going to support them that way. So it's just a mixed bag right now. And I do agree with you, Zucker. No one really knows what this service truly is going to be. But the one thing we do know is Xbox has over 20 studios right now, potentially over 30 by the end of this year, by the middle of next year. And all of those studios are making games. And all of those studios will have games inside of Game Pass. So just be happy that that is a service that you have the ability to take advantage of, and don't worry about everything else. Everything else will sort itself out over the course of what it needs to do.
So just be thankful, huh?
Yes, be thankful, because Microsoft didn't have to do this.
Did you really just
they
say
didn't.
that?
They didn't. Listen, Microsoft, people keep forgetting this.
I'm gonna go write some letters to Netflix too. Thanks, Netflix.
Because nobody was buying their games. This was part of the plan.
Don't thank no corporation for nothing, okay? Don't ever thank no corporation. Say, hey, Microsoft, thanks for listening to feedback.
Called Game Pass.
They can't hear you. Forte. They can't hear both of us at the same time.
Out there so more people can try them. No. And this is the next step for them.
I don't think he can hear anybody.
I don't think. Forte, can you hear us? Forte.
What?
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I hear you.
What the fuck?
We were talking and you just kept going.
Yeah, you were saying.
Like, I didn't hear you.
You were saying something about to get on your knees and thank Xbox for giving you a service like Game Pass, right?
Slurpee.
Hey man, I
Slurpee.
love it.
Is that what you were saying? I just want to double check because you're doing this Destiny thing again.
Oh my God, here you go.
This is me trying to rescue you.
No, I'm happy that they gave me.
Don't ever thank a corporation. Don't ever thank a corporation for something like this. You say, hey, thanks for listening to my feedback. But don't be like, thank you, Xbox, for Game Pass. This is fucking stupid.
God.
Look, you pay these guys for a service, and it's up to you to decide if it's worth your money. But ultimately, man, just try to make it a better service. That's all you do. But it definitely ain't by saying thank you, Xbox.
I can say for a fact, all the people that are trying to shit on Game Pass don't actually have it, or they don't use it. There's no way you can use that service and think anything. There's so much content, from sports to action to blockbusters to triple A's to double A's to day and dates to day and dates third parties.
You're reading a pamphlet right now, D-Batch.
No, but it's
That
just
sounds like
it's just ridiculous. This is the best service in gaming, hands down. Forget about it.
Yeah.
So all you guys out there saying, "Oh, I'm canceling my Game Pass because 2 games aren't gonna be in there," I want to see what you guys are gonna say after the June 12th event. I want to see what you guys are saying then. I want to see what you guys are saying if Call of Duty is in Game Pass this year, day and date before the acquisition. I want to see what you guys are saying then. There's so many quality titles, and I expected E3 that we're gonna have some new third-party deals going into Game Pass. So just stop it. Unless there's a service out there that's better than Game Pass, shut the fuck up.
Oh shit!
And guess what? And we'll clarify. And I'm clear because for some strange reason, dear Lord, you want to save me from myself. I'm going to say this again. It's not the fact that you should celebrate that somebody is giving something to you. You should not celebrate that.
Fuck.
You shouldn't. But I am not going to go. Listen, I'm not going against. I'm not going to basically look a gift horse in the mouth when it comes to like, oh, you're going to get this service that you're giving us. As long as the service is good, take advantage of it. I'm not going to cry that they're giving me something that I was already going to be partaking in when it comes to all of these games that they're giving us. If we're going to play these games, why not play them for the cheapest value that you could possibly get?
I'm not saying don't seek value and stuff. It was weird how you worded
because
it.
that's the thing. Because people think that the value is like, oh, it's the best deal in gaming.
No,
tell me something that's better.
It's there because it's smart business. That's the only reason it's there.
Personally, I think it's the best deal in gaming.
It is the best deal in gaming.
You have cloud gaming where you can play it on any device.
Yeah.
I can play it on my Series X. I can play it on my Xbox One. I can play it on my Series S. I can play it on my PC. Who the hell is doing that? Like,
nobody.
It's just asinine. Like, these guys that come out and say all this, I just ignore them because I think they're idiots. I think they're full of it. I think the gaming season and gaming news is slow, and they need something to push freaking views and clicks because it's nonsense. It's the best service in gaming going right now. So good that Sony is even trying to imitate it. A poor imitation.
Oh shit!
But I guess they'll get there eventually. They'll learn from their mistakes. But Sony is even going in that same direction. So just stop it. It's nonsense. It's a good service.
We already know
right now.
Go buy the damn games if you don't want to sub to the service.
We already know with 100% certainty when these games start releasing, you're going to hear a completely different tone from all of these people. They're all going to be like, Game Pass is one of the best deals in gaming. Because guess what? They were doing that a year ago when they were talking about, hey, I don't even play my PlayStation. All I do is play my Xbox, and Game Pass is amazing. This was a conversation that a lot of all these same people were saying last year, but now it's so popular for them to come out here and hate on what Game Pass is and everything because Microsoft delayed 2 games, basically telling people like, hey, we don't want to give you a buggy experience, so we're going to push these games to next year. Oh, Game Pass is the most horrible thing ever. You should unsubscribe to it and all this other crazy stuff. Like, stop capping. If you're going to, like, I swear to God, I need to see receipts. If you're going to start doing stuff like this, I need you to go to your account, screenshot the screen that shows your memberships and show that you canceled it. Because I don't think any of these people canceled anything.
That's a good point. But
they probably got it for free, by the way, too. Microsoft probably gave it to them. So they basically got a year, and they're just talking crap just because they just don't like the direction that it's in right now.
Well, one of the persons that was making a big deal actually is stacked to 2025.
Right.
So, but listen, To Fry's comments too. I think when you look at it too, I think Xbox is in good position with Game Pass for the fact that they do release on Steam, and that has nothing to do with Game Pass, and gamers that don't want to be involved with Game Pass, or they just game on Steam, can buy games right there, and that's a whole it's a big market that they can sell to, in addition to the money that they get from Game Pass. So I just think the way they're doing it, the way they have it multifaceted, where in the future people will probably buy games and play it on their phones or play it on their TVs on a stick. And I'm very interested in hearing about the family plan, because I heard it's
family plan.
Really, really good price. I'm not going to say the price that I heard, but very surprised at what the proposed price could be.
Well, why don't you go ahead and say that and quit fucking around?
Well, I mean, I heard it could be $25.
That was easy.
Huh?
That was easy.
Yeah, well,
Up to how many people?
That seems a little low.
Five.
Yeah, that seems super low.
Oh man,
No,
$25 for 5,
well,
man. Nintendo out here charging $80 for 8 people.
Now let's say that's real. For me, that's a home run. I'm getting that immediately. And why? Because I would basically designate a TV that had a dongle or a TV that had a dedicated app, and I wouldn't even need an Xbox in every room like that. I would just do it that way, and obviously I would give it to people in my family. But 5, if that's true, for $25, that's pretty incredible. Well, that's just we'll see what happens.
That's the entry price. Say get it in the first year, you get it for 25. After that, it goes to 50.
Well, you can always unsubscribe.
Right.
Fake unsubscribe.
You always unsubscribe. Fuck them. Hey, but yeah, we're gonna Zach. You want to grab these super chats here, and then we can kind of do some outros here. But hey, we want to shout out to 1,300 people that joined us tonight, guys. You guys are amazing. Thanks for supporting what we do. If not for you, there's no show. And as I always say, we're just a bunch of assholes with microphones. Just thanks for listening to us. Hit the like button on the way out. And if you want to know where these guys are, stick around. We'll do some outros. Follow these guys. They're all awesome guys. But go ahead, Zucker.
Yeah, we got Dark CMF. Hey, Avatar games. Sony exclusive content worked great for Marvel's Avengers. Ex-sluts love that stuff. Savage. We got Papa Boko. He says,
Papa Baco.
Great show. Papa Baco. Great show, dealer and the fellas. Don't forget to hit the like button, chat, and show this panel some love. Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you, Papa.
We got Viper XT, member for 24 months. Stalker 2 may still hit this December. The developers have relocated and are back to work getting the game finished up.
That is good news.
Don't expect it. Don't expect it. But
I don't expect it. All I want is for those dudes to be safe and work hard on the game, and hopefully their families are safe. We got Risk It. Think this rumor that Xbox knocked back KOTOR is true. If that's true, why the hell would they knock back a game like KOTOR? Are they canceling Game Pass 2? I mean, IPs, we talked about that earlier in the show. Different Xbox, different time. We got Paul, member for 19 months. Do you guys think what happened to Cyberpunk at launch is why a lot of these games are getting delayed? Abso-fucking-lutely.
Yep.
100%. They had a massive franchise that could be big, billion-dollar franchise, and they fucked it up. So, yeah, no developer wants that. We got Viper XT. I like paying more money for older games. I already purchased and demos. PlayStation Plus for the win. I'm subscribing right now since Game Pass sucks. There you go. That's all of them.
Hey, but yeah, shout out to you guys. Shout out to everyone in my last video, too. I read off the super thanks comments. That button is next to the like and dislike button. I don't know if you guys noticed, but that's what I'm reading off in my main videos during the back half there especially. But shout out to everyone I read off in the last video. If you missed it, just wanted to let you guys know I did get that in the last video. Wanted to thank everyone again for watching. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. You guys are amazing. D-Batch, brother, what have you been playing and where can people find you?
I've been playing God of War on my Steam Deck. I'm loving that device. I can't wait till Game Pass eventually comes to that device natively. I think it'd be a really easy sell. You can find me on Twitter at D_batch, of course, on YouTube at DBatch. And I just want to say before we close here today, all you fake outrage people, if you really want to cancel something, why are you not talking about canceling your PS Plus subscriptions with everything that's going on that we're hearing in Asia? Why is the media not going ham over that? Because if that's the case, that is really anti-consumer, and that would be a reason to cancel that service when they were allowing it one way and they don't want you to have an advantage and they want to get as much money out of you, which is anti-consumer. That would be a true reason to cancel a service, not a couple of games that aren't going to make it because they want to have quality titles in that subscription service. That's all I got to say. It's just fake outrage. Game Pass is the best thing going in gaming, and I'll see you guys next week.
Paul D. Batch at D. Batchimus Prime. We've also got Forte. Thanks for guessing, buddy. What have you been playing, and where can people find you?
Yeah, definitely, man. Great show as always. Definitely, you already know I'm on Destiny. New season started today, but I've been playing a lot of Forza. Really enjoying that. Finally got a chance to really dive into that and unlocking a lot of the festival areas and stuff. And then I've been going through Infinite Warfare. Really, really enjoying that one. Going through all of the Call of Duties because I have a nice little bet with my co-host on DPS, Slow Mo, about beating more games to him. And he has to give me some money. So definitely about to get back onto the grind of that. But for myself, Gaming Forte everywhere, YouTube, Twitter, Xbox Live, and PlayStation. DPS podcast every Thursday, 9 p.m. Check it out on my channel. It's going to be a great time. And as always, enjoy the games you're playing and don't be out here frauding. And like I said, thanks again, Dylan.
Of course. We've also got Tim Dog, brother. What have you been playing and where can people find you?
I've actually been playing Trek to Yomi. I've been enjoying it. It's a pretty good game. It's on Game Pass. I probably would have never played it if I didn't have it. I might have bought it because it does look cool. But I'd recommend it. It's a little simple, but halfway through. Been playing my usual sports games. Working very hard the last month. I know I haven't been around a lot. Got a new car recently. Last week, that's why I wasn't here, but good show tonight. The chat, love to see the people chat and the numbers still coming. 1,400 people here today. That's pretty crazy. June 12th, I'm hearing is going to be good. So we're going to have a lot more to talk about. We'll do predictions probably soon, and I think there's going to be. I'll tell you this much: the show is not finalized yet, so there's stuff that still can be added in, and that's what I like about Xbox. Sometimes they know it's been said, and I'm sure that they know what's going on with 2022, and be nice to get maybe a Final Fantasy VII remake in Game Pass day one. So let's see.
We'll see. Zachary, what have you been playing and where can we find you, bud?
You guys can find me on Twitter, Zalker87, YouTube, Zalker87, and I've been playing a shit ton of games. I actually started, me and Dealer both started Super Lucky's Tale, like a bunch of frauds. Just party game, it's chill, whatever.
It's just in honor of 2017, where we're currently at again in 2022. No
exactly.
games!
We're like, let's go back and see how we really felt.
Go back in time.
Yeah, so I've been playing that. I played a bunch of Sea of Thieves, new content. Actually did this pretty cool thing with 3 other crews in Sea of Thieves. Developer apparently at Rare died of COVID, and he was one of the developers that wanted people to collaborate together more instead of being toxic in the game. And naturally, this group and I, we fought, had mutual respect because they were good, and then we decided to do that thing, and it was really cool. It's like a pretty little Easter egg in the game, and a lot of fun. Got an achievement for it, and that game, man, it's still one of my favorite games of all time. Also been jumping into Riftbreaker, of course, and Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and just a bunch of other games, man, like strategy games that are on Game Pass and on Blizzard's thing. So, yeah, but mostly Super Lucky's Tale for the last couple days because, you know what? Why the hell not? So, yeah, thanks, chat. Great topics, and make sure you unsubscribe from all our channels because fuck us.
Yep.
And, there you go. And there you go. Forte, appreciate you coming on, man. And Fonz, we miss you, brother. Hopefully you hear this later on, and can't wait to have you back, man.
Stop meowing, cat.
Meow, bitch.
Thanks for loaning me your spot, Fonz.
Fonz will definitely be back, and he said June, so just in time. Also, I wanted to. Who the fuck? Stop doing that. I also wanted to say that our hearts go out to everybody in Texas, and also there's another shooting in Chicago. Shit happens every day. it's fucking ridiculous that we can't go a day without this shit. But
you know what's ridiculous? Since we've been on the air, I don't want to get too much into it, but the number has gone up, man. So my heart and prayers go out to anyone affected by this.
definitely. And I just, again, it sucks that we can't go a fucking day without people just doing dumb shit like this. But definitely just wanted to say that. Let us know your thoughts on the topics, obviously. And, of course, hit the like button on the show. It really helps. And, obviously, we appreciate you guys. I'm going to go fucking die. And we will talk to you on the next episode. I should have a video up. I got some stuff to share. I can't say anything publicly about what it is, but I got some stuff to share here in the next week or two or whatever. So I'll have something going, but maybe I'll find something to make a video on. If you haven't checked my last video, go check it out. And thank you. Appreciate you.
Speaking of,
huh?
Okay.
Huh?
No, I was gonna say, speaking of last video, I did AMD and Nvidia's live stream, so you can watch, get some new information, what's going on with Nvidia and AMD. AMD's got some new CPUs that are coming out. They're 5.5 gigahertz. Everything is in that video, so check it out on my channel. Sorry.
Check D-Batch's channel out. Also, Ashtray, stop pretending like you ain't ever on Xbox, all right? I will tell. I'll tell.
Oi, mate.
Oi, mate. Fuck off, you yank.
Okay.
What's going on here?
Show you a knife.
Forte, this is what we do.
Yeah, Forte. Fuck you. Sony doesn't own Bungie.
Yeah, little fuck.
Yeah,
Mikey.
Bungie owns Sony. You're right.
Hey,
Ooh,
by the way, Papa Baco, I gotta get his super chat. He said, "Great show, Dylan, fellas." Did you already get this?
Yeah, bitch.
Oh well, shit. I want to say it again. Don't forget to hit the like. You didn't say it was a $50 super chat. Papa Baco going big, man. Shit.
All right, damn. I don't know why I need to spend the numbers out there. How much money you making off of my back? I'm done. I'm out this fucking.
That reminds me of it reminds me of something. I definitely wanted to give a big shout out to Papa Baco, Reluctant Dodo, all these people. You guys are amazing. We're out.
Later, everybody.
Later, everybody.